are all some of the thing we want to see. For example, fortunately, I can say just yesterday I watched one of the small clip, new channel. Nowadays, new channel, other than political news, other than international happenings, they are nowadays interested to showcase viral videos. I don't know why the culture has come. So, new channel, they are speaking about viral videos. This about what is that video, what they are understanding, and how it is going on viral. In which one video I happen to see, absolutely uneducated, one of the old women, maybe in my opinion 65 plus age, definitely 60 plus age, not less than that. Such kind of old women, widower, she is standing in front of collector office, and she is trying to give some bills to the collector, and some grievance. She has her personal grievance. She is seeking support for the collector office to resolve and take action against of grievance. The grievance is someone has cheated in her colony, her property, it seems. They have taken registered. That's all. This is the background. Just I'm telling what she did. What is the thing happened is, one of the women police started approaching her. She's telling, please don't stand here, you give me the complaint, your petition, I will pass it on to the office, but you no need to stand here, you no need to wait or worry, and we are not going to permit to see the police office. It's a what is a collector office, any officer, just to go and dispose and give it to us, or give it to one person she has shown to go and give it. That lady, she's started telling that please don't disturb, I want to meet at any cost, it would be helpful. Then she said again, that police officer started politely, the conversation goes politely, but the police officer, that women police is compelling to not to disturb, not to stand there, just to go out, go. Then what happened, that old person, or that woman, she started kissing her hand, the woman police hand, just as she started kissing. Beta, or my dear baby, please don't disturb me, you cannot understand what is the problem I'm going on. I hardly need support of these officers to resolve my personal issue. My property has been stolen by one of my neighbor or in the colony. This is called express to impress. See, in that situation, they are, although that lady is undergoing toughest situation. She is a poor lady. If you watch that viral video, the way she dress up is not more than 150 rupees of 200 rupees of that dress. She's wearing that kind of very low quality dress, old age. I can literally say definitely she would have not graduated. If even if she would have educated, not more than 5th standard, not more than 8th standard, that much I'm sure. But if we look at that communication, that expression, however, the toughest heart personality can come down, a bit come down. The way she used the modulation, the way she influenced the officer, police officer, that shows that something miracle. So that is called express to impress, I mean to say. Not of learning English proficiency alone will help in our life. I'm not here to tell. Somehow we need to express to impress the people. So for that, what and all we can do. In that moment, if you go and quarrelsome with that police officer, that do you know how many problem I am facing? Can you solve my problem? Why are you pushing me? Please don't disturb. You don't have the rights to push me. I'm a citizen. I have the rights to see the collector office officials. It's my birthright to go and meet. If we keep talking these are other opposite polarities, I'm telling. Because already the person is undergoing the problem, the personal trauma, or disappointment, or vexation, or stressful, anything. But in that situation, the person is police woman. She is official. But if she permits only, that old lady can go and meet the collector office officials. Otherwise, not possible, right? So that how the women handled. I was deeply thinking after watching the clip. I was again and again repeatedly watching because I need to adapt that style because I don't have that kind of gentleness within me. Frankly speaking, more and more educated, ego becomes deep rooted. More and more ego deep rooted, we will lose the impressing way of dealing with people. We just think wearing the cap, I am the big person, great person. Why I should greet? Why I should? These are all the way people thinks. So that video made me to come down. How much we are coming down, that is good for our ego, is a big disease. That stops, that is the only thing stops to speak in the expressive way. Nothing else I mean to say. Vocabulary is secondary, English professions is secondary, or even mother tongue professions is not at all required. We need to impress. See, even any call comes, anyone we are trying to call, the decent way is just to say hi without even context, directly jumping. Are you ready to do this? Can you send the mail? Can you do? Can you join? Can you come? Can you go? What is this way of speaking? So we need to have the courtesy with the people. We need to express anything with the impression that should create impact, that should create impression. So any call conversation comes, we need to give a space. First of all, signal latency will be there, right? So first we need to say hi, how are you, good afternoon, or anything, whichever, hello. It can be anything. How do you treat person? Formally, if you treat, good afternoon is the best way. Or anyone superior, naturally you will be tending to salute only with a good afternoon, if you feel that person is superior. Otherwise, that also won't come. If you feel friendly, you can greet hello or hi. Hello madam, hi madam, hello sir, hi hi sir. So first it should be greeting. Anyone we meet in a day, I'm meeting you more than 5 times, 10 times, I don't need to greet every day. Maybe very first time when I am seeing, I can say hi, or I can say hello, I can say good afternoon, either over a phone or meeting face to face or in the physical mode. So the very first habit what we can adapt or practice is nothing wrong in it. Nothing will going to be lost, right? There is no money value is lost in greeting someone, whether junior or senior or superior or highly proficient or not. Just say hi, hello. Then you start the conversation. What exactly you want to convey, how you want to convey, that would be the best approach to impress. So we need to live in the heart of people for longer duration. If we start dealing with the situation kind of use and throw, yet momentary, that will not establish the networking or chain of connecting with the people. Once knowingly, unknowingly, God has given opportunity to meet all of us. You are meeting me, I am meeting you, and everyone is meeting each other. So this opportunity, we no need to break. At least we no need to sustain, we no need to break, right? So like this, many circumstances will come. The world is flooded with people, ocean of people. But with how many we are connected, with how many we are connected, they are connected with us. That all the gift, that all the kind of power. Acquiring money is one way of gaining power. Similarly, acquiring many hearts and many minds and many people will be added advantage. That would be additional power. Knowing the right person, knowing some of the celebrities, knowing some of the academician, knowing even students are the best resource. If you know to tap and if you influence students to uh, give back to us, yes, it is possible to tap because they have time, they have energy. We have experience, we have knowledge, we don't have energy, we don't have time. So we need to leverage, we need to meet even although they are students. First, They are our direct client, direct customer. We must be in the position to impress them the way we express to them. These are all some of the things. Even with the student, we should not go with master slave mode. This is not the model. Master slave model is not the right one. We need to give them the equal respect, equal responsibility, equality, because they also have family. They also come from some background. They do have ego. We are in the knowledge level became senior because of the age. We have come across that BE, MTech, whatever, or BSc, MPhil, whatever they are doing right now. We have done. We are in the past tense, they are in the present tense. That is the only difference. It doesn't mean that they are or they need to be our slave. So there also we need to have this sensitivity, how we can influence them so that we can utilize their energy time for our profile building also, or for our growth also. If the moment they are connected with you, anything you say, they will be trying their level best to complete it. So that kind of mindset we need to have. That is the reason that old women video I started watching again and again, because within that video doesn't go more than 2 minutes. Within that 2 minutes, that old women started impressing that police women. If in that moment, if she started erupting her wrong behavior or her depression, she may be good in heart, but that moment, how she is impressing that police officer is a matter, right? Otherwise, the day will go and she'll be kicked out. People will notice, and she may succeed by arguing, by quarreling, or she may not successful. We don't know the other phase, but now nothing to discuss, nothing to think about it, analyze about it. Somehow she has impressed through her expression. The love is a weapon, or love is the instrument she started using in that context. That is a video clip exactly yesterday I have seen. So I wanted to start with that video story today's session. That is the reason I have started this. Now I just play one video. Give me a second. Will be added advantage.
మేడం వీడియో ఒకటి
Now I
ప్లే
just
చేసి
play that video. It has audio as well, it has video as well. So how much you are able to hear, otherwise I will share the link. And just 1 minute. Once again, please to watch. So in this experiment, if we look at, he starts, I think I'm audible, right? Yeah, I'm audible. If he starts, if we look at 512 heads of the instrument he is using, 440 heads of the other setup, he is trying to create resonance and frequency, but this entire setup is not at all disturbed. See, whereas the second one, he brings the same 440 hertz, 440 hertz. He is not connecting each other. He maintains a gap.
కొంచెం స్లోగా వెళ్తుంది.
Was different. Now the frequency has been set. Now it becomes. That's all. This is the secret of success or secret of impressing. We need to align with the same frequency with the people. The moment that frequency alignment happens, naturally we resonate each other to the 100%. Then whatever we wish, it happens through them. It is possible to influence anyone. What we think, they will be doing. What we want, they will be doing. So this kind of resonance when we make with any context, be it academics, our subordinates, our peers, our neighbors, our family, then naturally the cooperation or impression or extension of support will happen. So for that, we can think of what are all the way. Again, for this instrument is emotional intelligence only. And next is communication. So the second pillar, what we are going to touch upon is communication today. That's all. These two are the analogy I want to bring to start the session. Hope. What are all the pillars we need to consider to influence others or to impress others while expressing through these two? One is science and one is the scene story or watched clip. Through these two, easily we can interpret how to impress or influence others. That's more than sufficient. But however, we need to engage for another 2 hours, right? So I need to talk something, right? So that we are moving on to the formal session. Are you with me, dear beautiful personalities? Are you with me? May I have some signals and cues? Are you with me? Yes, thank you. Yeah, I'm so glad that one member is with me. Yeah, now 3 members, 4 members. Fantastic. Yeah. Now we shall move on to the session because there are members traveling with me. I need to be there for them, right? Now, primarily, if scientific investigations, both anthropologists and linguistic specialists, these two sector together or independently, they have investigated. After that, only they are bringing this picture. Number one, when we want to influence anyone, what is a bigger portion? If you look at 55% body movements, facial expressions, arm movement, eye movement, hand gestures, our gestures, postures, movements, and the way we head up, how much we are heading up and how much we are keeping head down, all matters. Every limbic of our system matters a lot. How do we walk? These all called as non-verbal communication. So now we need to be aware here afterwards that if we wish to influence anyone, 50% is going to be in the hand of our body language or non-verbal communication. Then the other biggest portion comes 38% voice. Neither it should be too louder nor it should be too feeble. Voice should be pleasant enough. The volume we need to exercise. In the recent days, a lot of gadgets available. We need to sit and watch our own lecturing, our own talk, our own video. Auto correction, self correction will happen. We need to look at how we can improve, how do we pronounce, how do we start the session, how we can create impact, how we can create wow factor, and what is the tone it brings positive resonance to hear. uh, what tone I need to set so that people will be influenced, modulation, intonation, where we need to increase the pitch, where we need to bring down, how many passes we need to give, because brain cannot absorb the signal to the fullest. We need to give the pass to the brain to absorb or assimilate the signals comes from different sensory sources, so that we may need to give passes, so we need to exercise. Then 38% if we fix, we are successful speaker of larger extent. 93% we are successful personality when it becomes influencing others. The way we speak, it is possible to impress. After all, 7% words, but even then we need to take care the grammatical mistake, whatever. See, for example, he is riding a car too fastly they will bring. Adjective should be used or adverb should be used. They are confused. He is driving a car is right. Too fastly is wrong. Too fast. That's it. So we need to use adverb, not adjective. So they need to understand he is driving a car too fast. She is speaking too fast. She is speaking too fastly. Won't come. Otherwise, we can use she is speaking fastly. That is right. Two should not come. So we need to exercise certain things, even that 7% also sometimes destroys the image. It damages the image of the speaker or while speaking. So these are all the three major components we need to take care in order to impress while expressing. That's it. Now, what are all types of non-verbal? Then out of these three components, one upon one I'm going to touch, except this, because I'm not English literature specialist. I'm computer science specialist. In fact, up to plus two, no, I have studied in my mother tongue, then struggling to read even English during my BE, then somehow be managed, somehow I can say managed, I didn't study. Then during MTech and over the period of my practice and effort, I felt comfortable in speaking English. I cannot say mastery. And earlier, I don't feel comfortable in reading English, speaking English, listening in English. So that was my mind state. From that mind state, I have come out. Now I like to read in English, speak in English, listen to uh, English conversation. So this level I have reached. So I'm not the right person to talk upon. That is the reason I'm just skipping. I will be touching upon these two. If really, if you wish to empower, yes, there is a lot of scope. YouTube teachers, a lot of language specialists, they are creating video, how to speak impressively or speak eloquently, appropriate grammar and daily conversation, and how to greet, how to address, how to put off the phone call conversation, everything nowadays available. We can take it. That's it. So now coming to the first one, types of non-verbal communication. Posture of the person, whether sitting posture or standing posture, it can be anything, teaching posture. Posture is a matter. How, that's what I said, right? How we head up, how we look at the eye movements, rapid eye movement, how do we look at, and hand gestures, and cross-legged, and how do we walk, how do we lean, all matters posture. Next, body language. So part of body language is posture, I can say. So entire body, how stiff we are standing, how lucid we are standing, how casual we are standing, how rigid we are passing the signal to the body, everything matters. Eye contact, blinking, rapid blinking is also not good. Without blinking, staring at people also not good. Even 4 5 days ago, myself and my husband, we both are walking within our colony. One woman started staring at us, maybe uh, um, 2 minutes of walking. Before 2 minutes, she's coming opposite. Until she crosses, she's staring and looking at her. It was strange feeling for me. Why she is looking at like that, I don't understand. And she was looking at 2 to 3 minutes opposite. She's walking. She didn't even bother about the road condition, any other distractions. Only staring at me and my husband. Then crossed. While crossing, also intensify looking. She's uh, doing with intensity of looking. Then only after that what she did, we don't know. I don't want to look back at that lady. I didn't feel any positivity in her. She looks beautiful, very beautiful lady, middle-aged woman, but I don't feel like to look at her. So that eye contact, so how much we can see, what level we can see, that has a matter. Then blinking, tone of voice. Even if I say, can't you complete, that is different. Can't you complete, can't you complete, that is different. See, I am questioning only, I am scolding you only. Can't you complete, I am asking. Can't you complete the assignment, I'm asking. But what tone? Can't you complete the assignment, if I ask, it is a normal conversation. People will not get disturbed. They will feel okay, madam, she is asking question, her duty she is doing. Can't you submit assignment? Little more stress. Can't you submit assignment? Then what happens? That's all. Then the biological chemical reaction would become different. So what context, what tone we need to use, that need to be exercised. Then facial expression, that all we know. Smile, how wide and we can smile, how all the expression. Face is the index of mind, people used to say, right? Then through face, it is possible to read every difficulty, whether you like or dislike, or you are happy or unhappy speaking to me, or angry with me or not angry with me, or you love to speak to me, or you are hesitating to speak to me, or you are in urgent, not having some, you are in some setback, you don't want to have conversation with me right now. Some signal it will be communicated, not exactly, but these all can be communicated through our face, right? That's it. Then next is smell. Body fragrance is also a matter. How hygiene we are, how good we are, how neat we are, how fresh dress we are wearing. Now I'm not telling costly dress, fresh washed cloth, clean cloth. So that matters. Just adding scent and perfume will not give the better feel. Even that should not become high intensity to disturb the lungs or disturb the breathing pattern. So smell matters a lot, whether it is good, extremely good or bad, whether it is a imported scent of 5,000 rupees or 50,000 rupees, even scents are available more than 1 lakh rupees also scents are available. So people are doing enormous research on it. Which scent smell creates what kind of neuronal signal and mood swing. People are sitting and doing investigation. They give that kind of fragrance to the nose birds. They will take up EEG, ECG signal. Then what kind of mood swing goes in them? Be it female and male. Even scent, if you look at, they have classified into two different category. One is, this is male perfume, this is female perfume. That level they have reached. Why? Because male perfume should influence female, not male. Female perfume should influence female, not male, right? So the not female, right? So that is the reason they are doing in-depth research. Wine industry, they are going for the smell and taste. The huge or enormous amount of money is poured in the wine industry for their business. Similarly, perfume industry. They are pouring enormous amount, especially uh, world level. Indian scents and perfumes are highly appreciated, not the modern scent and all. Attar and jawad and the sandal paste, rose water, jasmine water extract. There are a lot of traditional method they are processing. 300 kg of jasmine, they can just extract 3 to 5 liters of jasmine scent. That's it. They undergo a lot of refining process, boiling, mixing, extracting, dehydrating, hydrating. This all some process I don't know. These all through they are doing. That will not create any harm to the body. The modern scents and the perfumes will bring a lot of temptations in the emotion, but not good for health, not good for lungs, because it's all chemical based. Now maybe some question they may add the flower fruits extract, not to the 100%. Definitely they will be using alcohol. The modern day perfume scents, they are using alcohol. The proportion may vary, 5% to 10% or 2% to 20%, I don't know. So the proportion vary, but definitely alcohol, pure alcohol is one part of the perfume. So that matters, how the person can resonate while going near to them, that matters. Then time, context. So what context we are speaking, the time matters, right? See, when someone is so now exactly just 5 minutes before one call has come, MBA school dean, the way he behaves with the people, he's a godly character. Even students also, he used to write a mail. Respected students only, he will write a mail. He used to wish anyone when people are walking in the corridor. Something different personality I'm coming across. He's sitting opposite to me. I like him and I respect him. He's elderly person. I am a graduate and abroad worked also, but so humble, down to earth. I'm not sure how he is capable of becoming that much humble. I like to talk to him. He has called me. Just I'm greeting. Organizer, one of the team members is greeting me. Madam, are you there? He asked, but the call has come. I couldn't lift the call. Just I just ignored. By that moment, the feel which I had come is, why this gentleman is calling now? That question. If I'm not occupied, if the call comes, I love to lift immediately. Yes sir, tell me sir, what for you have called, may know, like that I used to greet. The time matters, which situation is a matter. Because the brain is in multitask, the attention is wanted someone else, but other attention comes, then how I can balance? Somewhere the internal thought will be in the conflict, right? So that is called time. So I like him, but I don't want to call, speak to him, whether it is urgent matter or not urgent, because here the greeting is happening. What can I do? That's it. Then personal presentation, attire. So how do we present? No need to be a costlier dress, but even the book itself is impressed by the cover. We used to say, right? Any book when we attempt to read or write, I mean, buy it. We look at the wrapper and we look at the preface, we trust it and we buy it, and then after reading only we'll come to know whether really it is of our interest or worth or not. So it's a kind of personal presentation. So even costly dress is not a matter if you wish to impress, or if you want to, means if you want to gain the esteem of that people, anything, it's a personal presentation. Gestures, what kind of finger movement, what kind of signal we are communicating during our communication through face or non-verbal altogether, body movement, all gesture. Pitch of voice, already I said. Why you didn't submit assignment? That is one tone, that is a normal. Why you didn't submit the assignment? Next, why you didn't submit the assignment? That's it. Three level. Still, there is another modulation is also available. Or one word, if I inject in the same sentence, it will become entirely different. So that pitch of the voice is also important. So these are all some of the point. Body speaks, whether we believe it or not. The importance of body language. Why? How does body speak? Like any spoken language, body language has words or its own meaning, sentences, punctuation, everything. Each gesture is like a single word. Every gesture. Just if I show my index finger, what is the meaning different? I have put off my camera, but if I if I show, then it is not good, right? See, if I show like this, yeah, Dr. Mamta ma'am, like this, if I show one time, it is different. Audio is not audible. Still, madam, only for 1 minute. Only for Serna, madam, or everyone? Audio. Let me know. Otherwise, I can change my internet connectivity. Audible. Okay, ma'am. Then thank you. Mamta, ma'am, would you like to ask something or bring to the desk something? Mamta, ma'am? Ha, only for this. Okay. See, just if I show like this, just like this, not with a smiling, just close mouth, and if I show. Enough, right? What I want to communicate, I want to give something wrong signal, something I want to warn you. See, like this, if I do the same index finger,
హ్యాండ్లో
but
ఇక్కడ
I'm
చాలా
smiling,
చిన్నగా ఉంది కదా.
I'm doing like this. Then this signifies something different. If I close my mouth, if I give like this
హైదరాబాద్లో లేదు,
index
భోపాల్లో
finger,
ఉన్నారు.
what does it mean? Now you can understand, right? So
అరకు అన్నారు,
every
బట్ ఈవిడ
gesture,
బ్లౌజ్
every movement of
కుట్టించుకోవాలి
our
అంటే
body or
భోపాల్లో ఉన్నారేమో
limbs
అనుకుంటున్నాను.
matters a lot. Head up, like this, if I speaking, if I speak like this, if I speak like this, what? I have seen one of the, I don't want to tell, one of the NITTR faculty, he was taking a knowledgeable person. I agree, I salute his knowledge. But I don't know, like this, he was sitting, like this, he was, like this, he was talking. Like this all kind of gesture I was looking at. There are one person like this sitting and speaking in the online mode. I'm surprised. So though it is online, it communicates a lot, it means a lot. See, there is 1 feet distance between my back support and how I am sitting. So I can go and I can sit like this also, or I can just bend lethargic, I can speak also. Not possible. So the moment my body language changes, the words which I'm using, even I can put off my camera, not a matter. But the way I'm speaking, the tone also will change. Even you can deeply sensitize this. The dress which we are wearing, the sari, the moment the traditional sari we wear, we feel different. Salwar we wear, we feel different. Then when we come to house and the casual dress we wear, we feel different. Matters a lot. Dress also matters a lot. Similarly, body language also matters a lot. Although I am switching off my camera, I cannot sit like that, very lethargic and very leaning way. If I sit, then immediately my biosignal will be different. Then I may speak irresponsible words, or I may speak something irrelevant also. We are not sure. So we need to be alert, because in front of us, intellectual people are there, a big forum is there. So I need to be responsible. So how that the impression creates, we don't know. So at least knowingly we should not do. Unknowingly, there may be a lot of signal I may be giving, or you may be perceiving. It doesn't matter. Quite often I am sipping water. Then that's all. Each gesture is like a single word. That's what I said. Just to showing index finger without smiling, it is meaning is different. And just showing index finger with a smile, the meaning is different. That's all. The next, bodily speaking. According to social anthropologist Edward T. Hall, in a normal conversation between two persons, less than 35% only social meaning transmitted by words. Rest all transmitted only through body language, it seems. What even the social messages, what exactly we mean to talk, that is communicated less than 35%. beyond that, something we are communicating, we are signaling to the other person. So that even when we speak with our own closed one or someone, body language also creates a resonance, like how that scientist demonstrates co-frequency resonance. It is like that. So the body language, what we show, that makes even the opposite person, be it our loved one or stranger, they tend to behave accordingly. Some signal we are sending, or some signal they are perceiving. Either we may not send, they may perceive also. These are all other way why the conflict or attraction comes between two people. So at least 65% of it is conveyed through the body, non-verbal channel. That's it. So next, what are all or how we can empower ourselves? Non-verbal communication. Appearance. Appearance means whatever the haircut, hairstyle, the way we wear bindi, or any ornaments, anything. Or we may religious symbols, we may wear like kumkum or vibhuti or holy ash or sandal paste or anything. That all matters, appearance. Then body language, then the tone, the pace of voice, in what pace we are speaking, all matters a lot for non-verbal communication. Then sometimes first impression becomes a matter. So first time when we speak to someone, how do we feel? That matters for rippling the same energy level. It may disturb or it may be changed maybe over the period of time. That's it. So by the time what and all happens, they may take our appearance, they may register our enthusiasm and sincerity, tone of the voice, or the body language and the posture which is exhibited. These all they get registered, it seems, than even the verbal. First impression time, these are all the four people used to get registered in their mind, it seems. So either over phone call or video call or a real-time meeting, all becomes. Next, if this message reinforces the content of verbal one, it means we spend a powerful message. For example,
59
what
minutes.
we want to communicate to the person, the same is exhibited in our body language, it is powerful. If it is not matching, then little bit okay. For example, I'm telling, yeah, please come, but very rude way of body posture or facial expression. With that, I'm telling, please come in. Then also it won't create big impact. And neither positive nor negative. It won't create big impact. But with a pleasant smile and just giving the hand gesture, yeah, please come, ma'am, please come. If I give like that, both body language also pleasant and the communication is also pleasant, then that will be registered. Similarly, tough way. Yeah, come in. Like this, a very tough mood and a tough kind of arrogant look and appearance. Then I'm telling, come in. Then that also will create big impact. So these all we need to take care. So next, another projecting a powerful image. Another one more aspect what we need to take care is how would you like to sound? For example, consider me. I have some impression about me before coming to the session. How I should look or how I should look or sound. Sound means voice, then look means appearance, whatever. So sound to the audience. How I should sound, look to the audience. I have some. I normally anyone comes to the speaker role, what they will feel. Yeah, they should get benefited. They should appreciate. They should feel happy, or they should feel benefited. They should remember me. That intention only anyone comes, right? There is no other intention. So that intention is what I am expecting. How did you look and sound? I have that intention, But really, how do I sound, how do I look? This image gap slowly we need to fill. So how this is possible? Taking feedback, randomly asking how the session was, which point you like, and do you feel any recommendation to give me? Let me consider that in my next session. Something I need to collect, otherwise it is impossible, right? How I know whether I sound like the same or I look like the same? So that becomes another measure of improvement, empowering ourselves. Develop trust and rapport. Always between two people, love is not required. Love is, we are not longing for their love and what to say, their compassion and all. Trust and rapport. I should trust you, you should trust me. Rapport means always I love to attempt your call or swipe your call. I love to hear from you, whatsoever may be, or at least short conversation. When I pick up the call, I should feel happy. When I see the call, I should feel happy. So that will be possible only when we are reducing the gap between what is our intention before speaking, whether that purpose is served. That if it is not served, somewhere it's going wrong, right? So I am thinking, but I'm not communicating. Then we need to work on it. Thinking level alone will not work. I should look. People should have image about me like this. People should think about me like this. Then I'm trying and exercising. But if I'm not conveying that, then somewhere we need to fill the gap. This is another pillar. Next, image can be critical to our success. It is definitely a key element for the communication. If we look at singers, politicians, or commandants, uncommons, top managers, so they will focus on uh, their image building. For example, singers, they can even come in any sort of sleeveless shirt or anything. For their profession, people will welcome. But when it becomes our profession, we need to have our attire. That's all. So finally, book is judged by the cover. Similarly, people are judged by their attire, their dress code or dress, whatever. That's it. Then they expect totally different image from an executive and a rock musician. Definitely right. If I am a pop singer, the way I dress up can be different. Can be. Then if I'm executive, it must be. The executive dressing style, if rock musician adopts, well and good. But vice versa, people may not accept. That is kind of social conditioning, a social expectation. The next business world expects neat, clean, energetic look. That is what people are accepting, and the people, even for interview, we need to be careful in choosing this dress code, color even, and patterns. So too much distracting pattern is also not required for wearing for the interview or pure official forum. Too many jewelry is also not required. Jewel is essential, but not too many. So similarly, anklet. Then women, if it becomes anklet, then anklet is okay, but with a lot of sound making that beats is not. We need to introspect. Wearing flowers is okay. Yes, I breadth and depth, how much we do have, and the enthusiasm we do bring to the test. For example, a couple of my friends used to tease even at VAD Bhopal also. At office, you are highly energetic, highly enthusiastic, madam. Like that, they used to pull down. But you come and see me at home, it will be like a drained bowl. I'll be just drained. And when I come to home and I look like very normal, I feel like also normal. The problem is, highest energy enthusiasm is exhibited outside. So that people wants also. So we need to take care of these four. Our first impression, depth of the subject matter, breadth of the subject matter, or to the context at least, and the enthusiasm level. These all are the next key pillars. Next is first impression, dressing and grooming. How do we dress and how do clean shave for men or whatever, that is what, or they need to have some pattern, French word, something, some clean, that also should be pattern, not haphazard, that beard like structure, voice, how do we handshake, eye contact, body posture, these all again matters. Now, to avoid your boredom, I wish to ask question. Have you come across any bitter experience during your first meeting of anyone? Either you would have perceived it is a bitter, or they would have informed that with you bitter experience. Anything, any case. How that happened? Why that happened? Is this any point relating with those kind of incidents? I would like to hear from you. Please. Are you there? Heart touching poetry. Definitely you should speak something. Heart touching experience, definitely you would have come across. May I hear from anyone? Heart touching poetry.
ఫస్ట్ విజిట్లో బ్యాడ్ ఎక్స్పీరియన్స్. హార్ట్ టచింగ్ పోయిటరీ అంటున్నారు, ఆవిడ పోయిటరీ ఏం చెప్పలేదు కదా.
Whatever so far now we have discussed, that point anywhere have you sensitized or successful or unsuccessful, whatever the experience, both side also we can discuss. I wish you to bring something into the desk. Madam ji, Rimi Shankar ji, Rimi Sarkar. Madam ji, are you there? Rimi Sarkar?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
Yeah. Any such experience have you come across, ma'am? Whatever the point we have discussed so far now, anything?
Anything specific, ma'am?
Yeah, anything. That definitely. See, I would have been like this. That is the reason he misunderstand, or he or she. I was like this so that he was impressed very first time itself. Something like this will happen, right?
No, can you exactly pinpoint the issue, ma'am?
Issue
what am
means, see, the topic we are discussing today is express to impress, right, ma'am? First impression time. First impression would have brought bitter experience to you or others also, by you or others you would have experienced. Similarly, success also. Very first time you may be meeting me, we both would have become close friends, and immediately we would have become no way connected. We met each other in the train. So how that kind of thing? First impression.
I feel as a matured adult, I feel that the first impression matters, but it's not the one which is going to have a long lasting impression, because we have to, even if we have a bitter experience or may not be a pleasant experience about someone, we have to wait and see the person, look into the person, and then come to a conclusion. And we should not judge about others very hurriedly. Yes, many times it happens that in the first impression we don't like the person, the way he talks or she talks, or the way he behaves. We tend to misunderstand. But as a matured adult, and as the experiences of life tells me, that we should wait and watch and not jump into conclusion hurriedly.
Fantastic, ma'am. This is the message, ultimate message. But it will happen, right?
It definitely happens. Yes.
We have maturity, but others, I'm telling, I mean to ask bitter experience by others, what you have gained. I mean to ask that way. This is powerful message. You are communicating finally how we need to live. So, see, we are in the forum. We also at least should be matured enough to deal with others. That clarity you have brought in. However, we are matured enough, there are people will create conflict, right?
Yeah, and you do feel downhearted at
Yeah.
times. Why this person has behaved with in this manner, and I did not expect, because as humans we always have expectations. But then the solution is like, as I told you, to give time, or we should not brood over it for a long time, and should not be disappointed also. We just, I think we should let it go, and it has happened.
Fantastic,
It's
madam.
not that.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Emotional intelligence is high. Because of that, you have come to this answer. Fantastic.
Thank you, ma'am.
Madam Ji, heart touching Madam Ji.
Touching madam ji.
I don't know the
Heart
name,
touching
right? Because
madam
it is
ji.
showing heart touching poetry. Because I'm so curious.
Ah,
Heart touching
Madhav madam.
poetry, what you are interested for. That's why
ఇందాక నుంచి
I want to drag.
అందుకు
Yeah.
అంటున్నది అందుక
Okay, all right. Anyone else? I pick up someone. One
క్లాస్కి వెళ్ళిపోయి ఉంటారు.
Harish Venkatramji.
ma'am.
Harish Venkatramji. May I hear from you? One more. Any one female category, one answer I have seen. I'm so happy, engaged. Now one other side. Anyone can be. Ramesh sir, you also. Balram sir, you also. Anyone. Now I am expecting from one more answer from Marvelous Men.
Marvelous madam.
I think after this, many started leaving. Okay, I should stop questioning like this. Yes. Yes, then I move on to slide. That is the only solution. Okay. Fine. Next. So, what are all becomes barriers? Especially when I speak, this first impression is all highly essential for interview, any sort of interview, because until otherwise we are government professional. Even government professionals for the promotion, they will constitute a panel and interview will happen. Any every part, in irrespective of the profession, this happens. For businessmen, for them everyday interview because they need to impress everyone while speaking or while bringing trust and rapport. They need a lot of rapport and trust, right? Then these all essential. Maybe casually when we are approaching anyone, but then when no need to every day we cannot use this scale, use this measurement. But the same, it is highly influential, powerful, especially in the interview panel or conference presentation, or when we are in the what to say urge or need to get something done by any government officials for any matter. You may want to get registration number, or you may want to get electricity connection, anything in such situation we need to be much more alert. So at least we can use this all, or this scale we need to remember in our need. Then some things become barrier. We need to that barrier we need to break it out. That's it. Though it is barrier, not all will be with everyone. Any one would be the barrier. That's it. Accent, monotone, the same rhythm they will be speaking. They will be speaking nicely. The content richness would be there in every sentence. Actually, in my opinion, out of my experience or my wish or my taste, I can say, if I listen to a speaker, any speaker, I look at the richness, that how the um, sentence is conveyed. Something should be there, a food should be there in every sentence. If not every sentence, at least in every minute they need to convey something like a flash, known for me or unknown, it doesn't matter for me. They should give something immediate, feed food to the thought. They need to feed, keep on feeding food. That food means it should, the sentence should carry some meaning in it or some message in it. Otherwise lose its sentence. Even just before this session, I was attending our university one workshop. From the morning 9:30 it started, but I was having first hour 1.5 hour class, then I went on to that. Then one faculty started asking question to the scientist. So, like, I mean to say, this is what he is repeating. In that 1 to 2 minutes of listening, I came to, if I would have been in the position to ask the same question, I would have completed in 30 seconds. So he is stretching that question with so many so and so many like and so many that paralanguage. Then something like a great Greek and Latin question he asked, nothing in it available, my opinion. So that is called, what to say, barrier that need to be overcome consciously, willfully. Otherwise, it will not happen. Monotone, weak voice, poor vocabulary. There are words directly will convey everything. In one shot, it will convey. We need to pick, we need to rehearse with such kind of words. Then cold and limp handshake. So sometimes we supposed to handshake, especially in Indian scenario, we don't handshake. Be it between two female or between two male, we don't normally quickly we will not handshake easily. So in such a case, if it is a cold palm and limp handshakes, just a kind of holding tightly and pressing or pressurizing. I have experienced more than 3 to 5 male gentlemen. The moment I go for handshake, or whether they started or I started, I have forgotten. So it will be tough pressing. I used to feel painful for another 1 or 2 minutes. It's a horrible experience. So that I don't feel like to extend for handshaking, but even then, there we need to take care of this as well. Then colors, this all we have discussed already, dress code, and then eye contact, how much frequently we should look at or stare at, or how much rapid movement, everything. Then posture, then hygiene, this all matters. Then depth of knowledge, it is related to the subject matter. Everyone's specialization would be different. You would be from journalism field, or you would be from literature field. I would be from computer science, and someone may be in electrical, someone may be mechanical, someone from psychology, anthropology. It can be any diversified crowd or management. So in their subject or in their domain, if we want to express or impress anyone, then the depth of knowledge matters. Similarly, breadth of the knowledge matters. For that, definitely upgradation of our knowledge, our experiences, listening to people, or reading books, watching movies, or watching news, and any kind of activity we can involve, it is possible. So next, breadth of knowledge again. Breadth of knowledge again. How to acquire? Only I keep telling that. So here, some things I wanted to communicate. That's it. Interacting with others, we may need to extend listening. Especially recent days, I am observing, especially with the academicians, nobody is ready to listen, even including me. Ready to speak, 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 speak. So the listening power becomes very phenomenal in understanding, better understanding of the context, so that
ఉండి ఆగిపోతుంది అప్పుడప్పుడు వాయిస్ మేడం. వచ్చేస్తున్నాయి మెసేజ్ మాట్లాడుకున్నా అదైతే మేడంకి కూడా ఏదో కాల్ వస్తుంది అందుకే డిస్కనెక్ట్ అయిపోయింది కట్ అయిపోయింది there is a technical issue from madam side అని పెట్టానా ఫోన్ కాల్ అవ్వట్లేదు చాలాసేపు అయిపోతుంది సెర్చ్ చేస్తున్నారు
Am I audible? All of a sudden
కరెక్ట్
disconnected, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I think yeah, the suddenly internet disconnected. Instability is more due to fog here. Couple of days, yeah. And say from this slide to another 5 minutes, 5 to 10 slides, it's all about body language or signal, how it is interpreted from country to country. If any one of us wish to collaborate with abroad academicians, abroad scientists, or we wish to travel to abroad countries, then this all to be noted. Otherwise, not required. Indian scenario, it is okay. See, in India, when I nod head, that shows highest respect to the people. I want to recognize that I am listening to them when teacher is teaching. like this we'll be nodding. So all direction, any direction we nod also teacher likes, right? Because that is a symbol. We are conditioned in our society that I am listening to them, so I am communicating through my body language, I am listening to you, like this, like this, like this. Any rotation, any direction I can keep what to say, showing the signal, nod my head. That is a good signal when it becomes India. It doesn't convey something different and all. But in some of the countries it communicates that no. Greece,
Madam, photo
Yugoslavia, Bulgaria, Turkey, so these countries. Then tossing the head backward, like this, tossing the head, rocking head slowly. This all matters in different. See, this one, rocking head slowly, like this, back and forth, like this, like this. Both I can do. Yes, I'm listening in most Asian culture. So I just switch off my video for that context I have brought, because the internet is already fluctuating. So this all matters, head gesture. So it makes something different in one geographical part of the planet Earth, another geographical part of the planet Earth. That's it. So then nodding becomes different. It is when we deal with foreigners, they may get confused. So by the time we may need to understand handshaking and head nodding, some of the gestures we need to understand that. Okay, these are some of the known expressions, though these expressions will vary from geographical location to geographical location. Facial expression. So for example, little facial emotion may be seen to be unapproachable and unfriendly. Whenever I'm not ready to convey anything, just I want to look at. So in that expression, unapproachable, unfriendly. Emotes is largely driven by his cultural background. So how everyone is projecting their facial expression in the societal forum, it is depending upon their cultural background. See, simply when I am walking on the road, say, keep smiling at each other and walking means it is different meaning in our country. People will tell, are she is a mad or what? Without phone, if I keep on smiling at each other and walking means, then it will be different. At least inside the class with my students, with my peers, with my what to say, elder, my superiors, I can smile. That is different. But every culture, it becomes different. There are country happiness index. If you surf the internet, there are country, they are going for happiness index rather than GDP as a their major indicator of their nation. So in that country, they will be smiling at each other, they'll be greeting with a smile, even with the strangers or in the common public. That is different situation and the context. This all varies from culture to culture. That's all. So now, next again, face. It goes, I will be passing it on this PPT, even right immediately I will give you. Then again, face. So facial gestures, we can easily understand. Frowns. So when anyone looks like this, it is unhappiness, anger. This we know. Similarly, sneers, like this, dislike, disgust. If anyone looks at like this, we try to look at someone also, it shows that dislike and disgust, sneeze. Then next we know that clenched jaws, tension, anger. Then pouting lips, this shows sadness. Oh my God, I'm failed. Some kind of sadness is represented. That's all. Next, eye. Eye is the window of the soul. Eyes are windows of the soul. Eye is singular. Eye is a window of the soul. Excellent indicator of the feelings. So always eye exercise or eye contact we may need to exercise or correct for impressing. That's it. That's all. Then within that eye movement, how we can interpret or decode with others. Especially teaching industry is a human industry, right? So it's a kind of dealing with souls and minds. So these all again in need for us, so to perceive about people and perceive about students, what level they are honesty, what level they are expressing. In that aspect at least we need to be aware and thorough on this all matter. That's it. Then eye contacts. So some of the country eye contacts are encouraged. Some of the countries eye contact they are not encouraged. Especially in Indian scenario when we are dealing with elderly people or superiors, powerful person, we should not look at them, stare at them. We cannot give eye contact directly. Then they will not feel comfortable. When they do not feel comfortable, then they tell that we are disrespecting. So it's culture here. It varies again. Even eye contact is important. I'm telling. Then it varies from country to country. Then ear grasp. Now pulling ear. So what is the way we are dealing, especially when they are not good enough to hear, they will be using like this. Then it matters a lot from place to place again. Then nose, holding the nose.
ఎంతో కోరిక
So
ముత్యాల
how
ముగ్గుల చందనాలు
it communicates from country to
ఓల్డ్
country.
మోడలే కానీ నాకు
What
కోరిక
we are doing
ఉండిపోయింది
casually,
ఏవో పిచ్చి
it is
పిచ్చివి
okay in our context
ఇప్పుడు
is fine,
పాత
but how it
ఫోటోలు చూసారా
varies from country to
ఇలా
country, I mean to bring
ఇలా
that's it.
మామూలు బుట్ట ఆర్టిఫిషియలే ఉంటాయి
So when we deal with international members or collaborating or traveling, or when we are communicating, by the time we may need to be careful, or presenting in the international conference or presenting
అదే
in the
సాధన
international
సినిమాలో
forums, or speaker
జేసన్
as a
స్టేథమ్
speaker
వేసేసారు
or presenter, anything. In such case these all would be helpful, that's all. Nothing more daily affair, these all not required.
బాగా ఓల్డ్ మోడలే కానీ నాకు అలా సరదా ఉండిపోయింది
Cheeks, then cheek stroke, lips and mouth. So kissing is also a matter from one country to another country. Whistling is also a matter from one country to another country.
డాన్సర్స్ కూడా పెట్టుకుని
Then hands, how do we hold and how do we show, how do we put our arms, and what to say, this posture, something like this. These all
అంటే
matters or
మోడల్స్
communicates different
కొనడానికి
signal.
ఎప్పుడు వీలు
In
పడదు
India,
కదా
anyone casually,
అది
both
మెయిన్
female also, male also, can stand like this in
ఎప్పుడో
the street
అమౌంట్
also, at a home
దగ్గరికి
also, or in
చేసుకొని
the public
ఇది
forum
కొనేద్దామా
also. There is no
అనడానికి
different
పటాపట
meaning
ఏదో
communicated,
వాళ్ళ ఫీజులో
but in other
తీసుకొని
country,
కూడా
this
అలాగా
communicates different. So just I'm
మారుంది
bringing awareness. That's all. You might be knowing, might not be knowing the hand gestures and body language matters a lot in impression, and also country to country the meaning
రైట్
it carries changing, getting changed. That's all.
అవును అది ఫోర్ మ్యాన్
Next, fingers. How do we use? Is forefinger. The thumb and forefinger form a circle. Means see like this. For we in the movie also one song has come and they used to show like this. Wait a minute. Camera like this. So this if I super I used to tell. So anybody gives food, I can do like this. Super food you give me. Something we can talk, but it communicates different. So that matters a lot. Then arms and legs, crossed legs, and how do we keep arms, and postures, sitting posture, walking. Then just non-verbal behavior and interpretation. I just display and I'll be silent for another 1 minute. Please read it. How it communicates. Decoding. Uh, it's a kind of hardware. Then it's equivalent software. That's it.
మళ్ళీ మేడం అయిపోయింది
Anyway, I will give just every action has its own interpretation, I mean to say. Then next slide, the same continuation extension. Then next, pinching bridge of nose, eyes closed, negative evaluation, steeping fingers, authoritative. This is steeping fingers. So every word has, or every expression has its own posture. So if we come to know this all, especially when people goes for large scale business meeting, they will be understanding these all, because they will not talk too much in that business conclave or meeting or proposal. They just gentle face only they'll show. Yes, come on, gentlemen, welcome you. That's it. Then they need to closely watch all this body language, how the person is communicating, what they will be closely observing. So, a lot of things they will observe through body language. Again, the rolls on, drums on, drums on. Because when it is live, we can conduct some activities. We can ask anyone to show expression, and others they can dumb share it, like they can interpret and decode, then they can agree, something like this. We can do something live, but now I cannot do anything, right? So we can just walk through the slide. No other activities possible, especially on this topic. Okay, for all of us, becoming sensitive to the clues of body language can help us communicate more effectively with students. Understanding about this topic helpful, what students are saying even when they are not talking, can sense what students are when students are silent and digesting information, and when they are silent and confused. So they may be silent and they may be assimilating information. They may be silent but confused. So we can able to sensitize. That's it. Can share feelings too strong or too difficulty to be expressed in words. So when we learn this all, we can strongly connect with students easily. Then decode secret messages, passing silently from person to person. So next, we spot contradiction between what students say and what they really mean. Especially one more dangerous aspect is also the students on front, they will tell one thing, backside they will do different. Some, not all, some immature students to their level of thinking, they will tell something here, they will speak behind the screen something different. They will come and tell to us, madam, you are the really wonderful teacher, madam. Then what they will talk during the meeting, what to say, course committee meeting, and how do they express, we don't know, right? At that time we are not invited, so they will conduct a committee meeting, course committee meeting. They will be inviting the plus and minuses. So we need, these all will be helpful for understanding our own professional activities much better. That's all. So we can learn to be more sensitive to our own bodies. So how the signal we are communicating, we can easily observe. Finally, with one quotation, communication is really all anyone ever gets paid for ultimately. Nobody will pay for only communication. And if we cannot effectively communicate, you will pay, not get paid. So that communication always will be the equal pillar of knowledge in every field, in every way. So thank you. Now I will be moving to the concluding session. Today I'm going to exit from this FDP, so that I wanted to final kind of um, greeting message or end of the session message of long travel. I think it is surprising that more than 6 hours you are traveling with me. For that, just kind of rapport building or concluding I wanted to do. Now I have one request to all of you. This is the event I'm hosting at VIT Bhopal. This is for ninth, 10th, plus one, plus two students. It's kind of 2 days technical come motivation session. It's kind of career choice. So throughout India, anyone is welcome to take part. So any one of the kids from 9th standard, 10th standard, 11th standard, 12th standard, from any medium, any state, anyone can take part. This is free of cost. In this event, there is some ideathon event is also conducted. That rules and regulations, everything will be passed it on well ahead before the event or during the event also. The sufficient time also will be given. Then cash prizes also announced. 50,000 rupees cash prizes, splitting, not only one candidate. It's of first prize 3,000, second prize 2,000, then rest of the nearby performers 1,000 rupees, kind of some kind of cash prize event is also there. And one of the link is to know more, one of the link is for registration. I kindly request all the members to take the benefit of this and circulate to your kids and kins, whomever they are into either 10th, 11th, plus 2 or 9th. It's a kind of career guidance, skill up, that's it. Are there how to skill up, which are all the skills required to meet out the higher education requirement and the career requirement. That is a set agenda of this 2 days event. That's it. So this is one small request. Anyway, this PPT also I will be giving, in which I can generate right immediately the link. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'm sharing the link in the chat window, the PPT, entire PPT link. Uh, the message also I have placed in the end of the, or in the last slide. So I please try accessing. Whether you could able to view it, let me confirm. Then I can move on to the next. If you open that link, I can able to notice that how many of you have joined here. Easily it will notify. At least one of you, if you acknowledge, yes, it is opening, you can able to say again file, download PowerPoint PPT, or you can make a copy into your drive, entire presentation. Am I audible? Anyone is accessing, please do access. Yeah, two members.
Yeah, it's working, ma'am.
Yeah, two members reached. That's all. Even I have got the indicators, signals. Yeah. Thank you, ma'am. All
Thank you,
right.
ma'am.
Thank you. Now we move on to one more. Yeah. We are not born winners. We are not born losers. We are born choosers. Our life is sum of total of our choices. So any moment, anyone can become any type of personality. Even in the age of 60 also you can become entrepreneur. Now also you can become entrepreneur. You can become successful researcher or a great scientist even now, even any age. So maybe 3 years ago, the cheapest battery is invented by three elderly professors. One is of 95 years old, one is of some around 60, another one is of 80 years old. So yes, it is possible to invent anything in any part of life. So finally, it is of our choice. That's all. So we need to have 6 ethics of life. Before do we pray, do we believe? Is the question. We need to believe. Before we speak, we need to listen. Before we need to spend, we need to earn. Before we write, we need to think.